All right, today I am going to be walking you through, well, 3 trading strategies plus full auto. We're going to talk about running through a forward test. Don't forget, today is the last day for Black Friday. I think the countdown is at the 9 hours. There it is, 9 hours there at the top. Let's get to it. I'm going to teach you 3 things so you're ready for tomorrow morning. And tonight we're going to do a full back test on one of the things you guys have seen us do before. Here we go. This is a layout that we did a while back for running through the Enigma before the Dream Panel. So some people have asked, hey, well, you know, if I don't have the Dream Panel, you know, what about the regular standard Enigma bot panel? This is the original OG. It does come with the system. If you're getting lifetime, you've got full auto on it. But if you are judging between Dream Panel, not Dream Panel, all that, we'll talk about it. But let's get rolling here. This is an, I guess it's old. I mean, it's not today. So an old live stream that we did where we ran. This is a boring one. It's 2 hours long. Sorry, this guy is talking over me. 1 second. I think Trump is doing an announcement. Let's listen here real quick.
0.53%. Mixed diesel January futures settle at around $2.30 a gallon. Gasoline January futures settle at around $1.82 a gallon. Just waiting on the natural gas closing.
That's on crude. I was hoping he was going to talk about this Trump announcement here. There's still... Okay, Trump's not making the announcement yet. Sorry, we got a lot of things going on here. It is 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon there, and we are trying to see what's going on with some of the news there, kind of interrupting our end of day broadcast here. I am going to teach you some of the strategies. So if you are new with us, you hopped in the live stream there this morning, great. If you are trying to figure out, well, what strategies should I use? First thing I would do is print out one of our cheat sheets right here. Grab a cheat sheet on the left hand side of Discord, and then you'll know what we're looking for. This right here is walking through, let's go halfway. So this is launching up. Let's go halfway through. This is a forward test that we did a while back. Now, I've got the music turned off on this, but if you like Michael Jackson, I mean, who doesn't like some good Michael Jackson music? You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson music all the way through this thing. So go enjoy it. It's on my, I guess it's my old channel. It's the full auto, the automated trading system for AlgoBox YouTube channel. It's got over 2 million subscribers on it. It's a beast. But go check it out. This was one of the ones that we did. This is 2 hours and 5 minutes. Again, boring to sit there and go through, but you can fast forward if you want to look through the results. This grew throughout the entire thing, literally starting from square zero. Like, I'm going to roll this all the way back over here to the left. Okay, starts out, has some drawdown there at the beginning, and technically speaking, you know, nobody likes to see red, but that's just the reality of trading, right? There are drawdowns. Technically speaking, this little section right there, well, that's red, right? That's red. Okay, that's red, right? That's red, right? That's red. You know what I'm saying? So technically speaking, those little areas there also look like this. But what if we started this prior to this? So you got green over here. You know what I'm saying? So we're not trying to say like everything's a winner. You're not going to have 100% winners on any trade system, no matter how good it is. I still think ours is the best. I haven't seen anything better than ours. But this was one of those you might want to go check out. I will include a link down in the description on this one to get there on the left-hand side of Discord. If you click on full auto under training, this video is in there for you doing one of the full walkthroughs. Now, oftentimes we talk about optimization, we talk about back tests, but people said, let's look at it through a walk forward test. So we ran this. This was over a 1 week period on minis with one contract across 6 instruments. What do you think those are? We did the nerd, of course, NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow, because, you know, we're all nerds around here. Get with the good stuff. Nerds plus crude oil and gold. Now, gold has been on a tear recently. Holy shnikes, right? Gold is up over $4,000 an ounce. Insane level bull market. Of course, bull markets everywhere pretty much right now. So be careful of getting backtest results from some of this other nonsense that's out there where they're in bull-only markets. You need to look at their systems outside of bull market territory, because in my opinion, everybody's a genius in a bull market, right? So be careful of some of that. I won't belabor the point. If you want to go see this system in action, if you're, you know, a nerd and you want to play this on high speed or regular, listen to some Michael Jackson music, watch this for 2 hours, running through 1 week of data in market replay, just running and running and running and running, you can go and check that out on the Enigma. Single contract across 6 instruments there. If I go halfway through it, let's see where it's at there. Pretty big growth there halfway through. It's up 48,000 at the end of the week, I believe, on that week. Again, this is over 6 instruments there. This ended up over $90,000 on this particular instance of the week. I went through a whole lot of things talking about what these were, the Enigma settings, 1-1, if you don't know what that means, AB1s, L1, basically the basic of the basic. This is just L1, nothing fancy, AB1s, 6 instruments, nerd plus GC, CL. We talk all the way, well, we don't really talk through a lot of it. A lot of it is just music because it's like, okay, you guys want to see it, just play it out in action. No, you know, running backwards, running on a back test of what you know about. We talk about the various drawdowns per day, down to the trade level itself, looking at how it's spread across instruments, all that stuff. Go check that one out. I won't belabor the point, but I do want to point you to it because we're going to do another one of these with the Dream panel, and I'm going to be running that back test tonight. It's going to be another one of those boring. I'm just going to set it, turn it on. So come check out tonight's. Going to be I would say back test, but it's not. It's gonna, but people don't even know what walk forward testing is. Okay, so on the video title, it will probably say back test, and then it'll probably say, you know, / walk forward, something along those lines here. We will release that there tonight. I won't say release it because we'll literally run it today. I will set up a test after we get off of our live stream, and then I'm probably not going to be in the office. I'm going to let it run, and we'll have some fun music running over it, but we will showcase that again on the new stuff. Speaking of the new stuff, let's go into our 8-day boot camp. If you are brand new with us and have not gone through the 8-day boot camp, you need to make sure and get going on that to get yourself up to speed as quickly as possible. Currently, it is free on our website. Click on training and you'll go through the 8 videos on the website.
Singapore extend the clients as design executive.
Let's make sure that you're ready for tomorrow.
Shares down 0.6%.
So right up here on training, click on training, scroll down, and here are, this will just tell you about the reboot, boot up. If you need a reboot because, hey, you've done other things, it's time for a reboot, right? Day 1 through day 8, they are there and available for free. Now, don't think, oh, well, it's free, must not be valuable. These are going behind the paywall in January, so go get them while they're free, or you can pay later in the boot camp on the client portal. Let's go into 3 strategies that I want you to be able to play with us tomorrow. And if you want to go full auto, stay till the very end. I'm going to do the full auto stuff at the end, which everybody gets excited about full auto. Who doesn't love them some good full auto? I know I do. Earlier today, speaking of full auto, here is my layout. Don't get overwhelmed. If you are new with us, just hang tight. Normally, when we're trading, it looks like this. Come into my live stream. You can handle this, I promise. Let me turn the music off there. All right. So this little layout right here is really, in my opinion, all you need. Not just this chart though. I think you still need some other charts that are over here to the right, but this is your primary entry chart. These are your buttons. This is your controller right here. It's not hard, in my opinion. These buttons right here, and some of them you don't even need to use. You don't really have to use these little middle buttons right here. I can get fancy on some exiting. Sometimes if I want to, I think the market's going to push up a little bit, I might, you know, play with these, but you don't need to. Really, you need a buy, a sell, and a close. I do not recommend ever using that reverse button, especially if you're in a live environment. There's a whole thing around selling to yourself that can occur around using that. Be very cautious of using a reverse button. Now, if you're playing in sim environments or you are live sim on a trader funding program, you know, that's there. But you'll never see me using that reverse button. So that's another one that you don't need. So look at that. 3 buttons. Can you handle it? 3 buttons. Now, that's for entering and exiting. But there's a few more over here on the right. half, double, flatten all, naked. So the naked, everybody always wants to go, what is that? Like, nobody wants to get naked here. We're talking about a naked order, which means no brackets. Okay. Let me switch this over to sim here real quick. Oops, just missed my chart. And let's show what that might look like. Okay, so switching back over to sim because nobody's interested in doing a demo on live. Now the market is currently live. If the market starts getting hot here, I might switch back to my live account and take a play. We're up 10K in my account. The bots did okay today. Bots hit 1500 there, and I'm going to walk you through that here in just a moment, the difference between the two and how we run. So if I have an ATM strategy on, which is what you're going to see in the majority of our videos when I'm teaching you through the training, I do recommend that you start with using bracket orders. Okay, I'm going to press the buy button right here. Now, the way that this ATM is set, it has a 2-target layout right here. And whoops. There we go. Okay, and let me see if I can move over here to the right a little bit so you can see the buttons. Okay, there you go. Full controller. See all the good stuff there. So right now, by pressing this button while the ATM is turned on and selected, as I hit the buy button, it's going to go ahead and create myself a bracket order that has been pre-configured. Now I can modify that by clicking on the edit. And again, I'm not going to go into details on a lot of this stuff. This is already set for you. When you install AlgoBox out of the box, I know we're saying box here a lot, but out of the box, you are, oops, click the wrong button there, trying to get to
double delta NQ on the 2.
Oh, where did it go? Don't hit the wrong button while you're live on a live stream here. Looking for my 5-chart layout. Where did it go?
Double delta NQ on the 2. Fib.NQ on the 2.
I updated some of my workspaces and oh, here we go. All right, there it is. Okay, so on your 5-chart layout over on the right, these ATMs are already going to be pre-configured for you. Now, that's the more complex layout. You can do a 3-chart layout. We do have people on laptops that want to run with just a 3, and all these buttons and things are already pre-configured for you on your ATMs. We have several of them. I think I've got everything that you need, but if you want to create your own, you can. You'll notice I have some extras that I have created along the way. There's one in here called Whiskers. Whiskers, one of our players in here that plays the 940 to 950 reversal all the time. He is an amazing player. He's been around with us for a long time, traded the markets for 20 plus years before he came to us. Loves the system, but he's got his own ATM there. He's got an 18, 22, 30, 30S. And you can add those. We do have people sharing their workspaces. If you would like to get someone's workspace, if they've shared it with you, you can ask them to share it with you. We have a section on the left-hand side of Discord called Community Workspaces. That's also where I share my live stream one. If you ever want to get my live stream layout, you can. Now remember, my layout might be different than yours. I might use a 4K screen with 2 flanks. Yours might be one big wide screen, so you might need to adjust things as you go. And generally, I recommend that you should probably spend a little time setting yours up the way that you like it. But if you've got a match with someone else and you're like, hey, I really like your layout, I've seen it in the live stream or I've seen it in the Discord chat, can you share yours with me? Okay, so those just hit their target there on both of those. But I can, with a bracket order, I'm going to go ahead and hit buy one more time here, put the bracket. Remember, I can move these. In this case, we had a dot back here, so I'm going to put it behind a dot, or I put it behind a cross. We have 3 stop types, dot, box, cross, and on occasion, a text-based thing that we might want to put behind, like a ready DD. Sometimes I'll do that, but remember, that is where I'm going into an advanced level stop strategy. I don't normally want you to be risking that much, especially if you are scalping with a small account. And we talk about the difference playing small accounts versus being able to have some size to work with. It's definitely easier to be able to play with size, or if you're on micros, being able to have multiple entries is advantageous in several circumstances. But if you're just coming in waiting for the absolute perfect plays, smacking them down, we talk about the advantages of both scenarios. All right, do me a favor real quick. If you're enjoying what we're doing so far, help us out, hit that like button, and let's move on. So let's talk about the naked button. So if I press this naked button, which is what we were kind of talking about moments ago, if I hit naked, all of my little bracket orders around it are going to disappear. Now, sometimes that's necessary when the markets are going really hot. We have buttons here for you to be able to do that. Let me see, move over here to the right. So if I hit naked, this isn't going to close the trade, but it's going to leave just the order open. See how the brackets are now closed? So it cancels those bracket orders around it. The OCOs, the one cancels other, have now been removed and closed out. Okay. So if I want to add to a position while the market is moving quickly, I might do something like this here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to buy it one more time here. The market is looking like it's kind of starting to turn around here. I'm going to turn the audio box on. It's sometimes a little distracting. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on here for the moment. But if I needed to remove those brackets because I'm like, you know what? I think it's going to come down here a little bit too quick. I want to add to my position. These buttons come in handy for being able to quickly move stuff out of the way. Like, you know, if you have ever gotten a bunch, like let's say that you, I don't know, let's do something crazy here. Let's buy a bunch of stuff. If you've ever had a scenario like this where you've got all these bunched up, do you really want to come over here and click, close, 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 right? Do you really want to do all of that? Probably not. You want to come up here and hit my buy limit. Okay, add to a position. Now, you see how all these are all split up? We have several buttons that help us with this. Now, down here at the bottom left, I'm going to select one of these, go Control 4, zoom back out, and I'm going to move some of these out. Watch all of them move all at the same time. Bloop. Isn't that nice? Now I can do the same thing, what's called stacking. I can stack all of my stops with one button down here. Stack 30. Boom, now they're all together. Now I can move all of them. Boom, look how easy, right? Let me hit stack 30 one more time. Click the whole thing, click it back, boom, done. Pretty nice, right? Now, if I need to move those out farther, what I can do is, like, I just grab one of these. Let's say that I want to put all of them. I just see the market moving really fast, and I want to move all of my targets out there. Does anybody really want to do this? Okay, move this one and this one. Oh, I got to move this out of the way. And the market's moving towards your target, and you're like, faster, faster, Vinny, move it faster, right? How many of us, we've all been there, right? We've been like, oh, I got to move, got to move. Well, we have a button for that. Watch this. We're going to hit every other tick far. Bloop. There they go. Boom. Up out of the way. Nice little separation. Now, I selected the button that said every other tick. So now I have this kind of target zone that I can instantly hit. Now, let's say that I want to move all of them down. You're like, yeah, but how do I move them back down, Vinny? No problem. Let's say I want to put it right there at the high of day. That's the high of day right there. Now, I'm going to hit this other one. I've got every other tick, or I've got every tick. I can actually make these stand on top of each other on a stack by hitting each near. Now, what does near versus far mean? Near means go to the nearest target and stack them on the nearest. So this is going to be the near one. This one right here, whoops, is going to be the far, right? Let's make it a little more dramatic, okay? So right now in this cluster, I feel like I'm playing with my kindergartner. Near, far. All right, so we're playing near, far. There's near. There's far. Sorry, I got 4 kids. Forgive me. All right. So I want to hit the every other tick near. Boop. Now they go to the near one and stack right behind it. But now let's say I want to put it way out here behind the far because I need to move quickly. No problem. Let's do each tick far. Bloop. Stacked. Oh, let's say I want to add a little more space to it. Every other tick near. Bloop. Beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. But sometimes you're just like, there's too much going on there. Let's see. I want to spread these. Like, I don't want all of my stops in one place. No problem. Press the spread button. Boom. Done. See how easy? Now, I don't know if I'd say these are super important. If you're new, okay, this doesn't mean anything to you. This is the advanced level stuff. I try to mix in some beginner stuff with some advanced level stuff because, you know, sometimes I don't want the people who've been around a while to get bored. But if you're a big player, this should matter to you, right? In my opinion, I think this is super handy to be able to, you know, spread your stuff out, split them up. If I want to stack 30, this generally means, hey, put this 30 ticks behind the current price. It's like, I don't know. I set mine to 30 because I don't think you should really be If you're going beyond 30, it's a different thing, but you can move them after you do it. Up to you. Technically speaking, you could change these, to something larger, but I think stack 30, stack 10. So let's say I'm like, I only want to have 10 ticks of risk. Boom, press stack 10. Make sense? So now it's going to put literally my stops are now 10 ticks behind the current price. Make sense? Now, if I want to trail it, maybe I do stack 20. So now I'm 20 ticks behind, right? If I want to stack 30, again, 30 ticks behind, 10 ticks because I want to tighten it up now. Okay, take my profits right off at 10 ticks, stack 30, or if I'm like, stack 10, super close. No, I think it's going to keep going. Boom, hit naked. All right, hit naked. Now all of my orders are gone. I want to manually close a position. How about I want to take half the position? How many of you are like, oh, I gotta, it's hard doing half? Nope, not anymore. Boom, half button, right? Let's take half right now on our profits. Boom, took half the position there because we have an opposing signal. If you followed along with my training programs, if I'm going to enter in on a double dot long, okay, I want to exit on an opposing signal, okay? Now, this number right here next to the 8 means I'm up 41 ticks right here. Now, if you're a points person, I can't stand you people, okay? Stop talking in points. Stop trying to act like, oh, I got some points, I have 5 points. Just stop it. It's a pet peeve of mine. Just talking ticks, okay? Everybody knows it's $5 a tick. Don't make us figure out what the count is on it, because crude oil, gold, NASDAQ, all of these, they have different point systems. Now, yes, most of them are 4 ticks a point, but some of them aren't, right? Gold, crude oil is 10, right? 10 ticks in a point. So nobody wants to have to count ticks or talk about points. Just tell us how many ticks are there. We're going to say points, though, for the point players who are still here, that I hope you're going to quit it today, right? Just raise your hand, say, I am no longer going to speak in points. I'm not trying to be, some big dog. Just say, cool, we're in ticks now. So divide it by 4, that's 10 points, right? 10 points here. We took off half. Now, let's say that I want to add 36 some contracts to this right here. Now that I hear the clacking, I hear audio box coming in, I can press double. Boom. Now, because I have the ATM selected, see, this might be a scenario you're like, oh, well, I doubled it, but I don't know if I want to take my target right there. Whoops, no problem. Naked. Boom. Done. Solved. Make sense? Now, let's say that you are naked and you're like, yeah, but how do I get them back? I need to put a stop. No problem. Let's hit the add stop button. What do you think that's for? Yeah, I might need to do that. Now I can also bracket it. If I want to add a bracket, it will literally bracket it for you, and you can set these settings. You'll go into the settings of these buttons. You can change these to whatever you want. I've got them set to some defaults for you. But let's say I just want to add a stop. Boom. Stop. Done. Now I can move it anywhere I want. Make sense? Let's say I want to add the bracket. I hit bracket. Boom. Now I at least have a stop and a target around it, and I can move this in or out. Make sense? Pretty handy with the buttons. Just want to show you, hey, how the controller works. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just close the position. All right. So, any questions around those? Pop them there in the chat. I do need to up the. Hey, Captain Price, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Man, check out this morning's live stream. I think you're going to like it. My old friend, Captain Price. Good to see you, sir. I don't think you were in the live stream there with us this morning, but yeah, good one for the morning. You want to check it out. Love the position manager. Often use the stops, says Brian. Let me get the chat there on the screen, and we'll get some questions answered as well. We are going to go into some full auto stuff, which is going to be fun. So I know there's going to be a lot of people with more questions around that. Oh yeah, today's. Well, you don't need to catch up on all the other ones, but today's, do not miss today's. It was a good one. Solid. Really good stuff to learn in today's, and great examples as well. We also got the introduction of Joseph James from School of Trade working along with us. Super excited to have him and his crew along with us as well. Really fun stuff. Also talked about the XY and the Z axis stuff, the 3D space, going deep into the patterns on the time and sales. Good stuff. There he is. JJ's here. Hey, how's it going, sir? Great to have you guys in the crew. So what is this, while we're here, pop quiz for everybody. What is this trade opportunity called? We got a few things rolling in right there. That is a super AO, right? You should know the super AO, but it's also a power headshot. It's red, so everything here is color coded. This would normally, you would think, oh, this is a short opportunity because it's red. Correct. You'd be correct. However, how does our system easily filter things that we can avoid? Because we do want something that tells us additional pieces of information. This is where the nerd comes in, right over here. If you watched me in the live stream there this morning, really talked about this. Right now it's strong buy. If it's telling me strong buy, the nerd, NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow, and I'm going to keep drilling this into you guys, right? I'm going to say it all the time. What does the nerd say? If the nerd, it's like the rising tide. Do I really want to go down if the tide is rising? Yeah, probably not. And if I'm going to take a short because it's just absolutely perfect, like this one right here, I need to scalp it. And I'm looking for, just remember this, if I'm going to go against the nerd, it's T1 only, okay? I want to mentally think, target one, I'll take a scalp for T1. Don't be trying to be a hero. Don't be trying to hold it out to T2. Okay, if the nerd is against you, target one, and stop out quickly if the play is not working. You hear that clack sound? That is a higher pitched clack sound, which tells me too, I've got buyers on the tape right now, and they're big. I'm not talking small. If that sound is firing off, that is big buyers on the tape. It's us identifying that for you on the time and sales. If you've ever looked at time and sales, you probably crossed your eyes. Nobody likes to look at this, quite frankly. Okay. This thing, you know, do you really want to look in here? Now, this is a filtered one. If you didn't have this filtered, you would see time and sales just streaming by. Okay. But what we want to do is look inside here. Don't we care if there's a guy, hey, there's a 23 on the tape in there. Hey, how about this big guy in here? There's a 32 in there. Okay. Now let's just say that your human mind could see patterns in here. Can you see some patterns? Like my kids are all into patterns and stuff. They teach us stuff on, some of their, even on YouTube these days. Right. So if I were to ask them like, what's the pattern? Well, let's see. I see some yellow. I see some yellow. I see some red. Then I see a bunch of green in here, and it's like streams of green. But can you really develop a pattern from that with a human? Not really. Here you can't see it. But imagine though you could see long streams, miles of these streams, and now you try to find patterns inside, or you let the AI find the patterns inside. This is the power of AlgoBox. I've built inside of this something called the Flow Master system. That's literally its only job. It's outside of the AlgoBox structural design where it's looking for structures, harmonics, fib, multi-fib, Elliott wave, all of those confluences for structure. We also, by the way, we have an auto channel. Like I know JJ's big on channels. I built an auto channel thing for you. Again, if you still like to draw yours by hand, you can, but we have an auto channel there as well for you. So that is handled in its own separate processes. So I'm about to nerd out here. It's got its own DLLs, and Flowmaster has its own DLLs. Literally all it looks at is order flow. And in our case, we have kind of rephrased this into RTOFA, real-time order flow analysis. So if you hear us say RTOFA, Flowmaster is handling all that. And then we combine them together with some really cool strategies like the Enigma. The Enigma, again, is a proprietary algorithm, but you probably want to see it. All you need to do is look at it. Okay, look at them, and you're going to want to take them. I can't tell you all the good stuff that's inside, but just say it's good combos. And it incorporates the nerd. All 4 correlated instruments. It's a beauty. I'm pretty proud of that one. It's some exciting stuff. Okay, why is my 89 bar chart not letting me move it? There we go. Okay, thank you for letting me nerd out there for a moment. Let's talk about that play setup. So Super AO, how can I skip it? Pretty easy. I got strong buy here, right? So not going to be taking that one. Also, if it's slow, remember I like to do things in rhymes. So if I said it, it probably rhymes. Okay. So if it's slow, it's gonna go. Okay. So this is slow, grindy speed. There it is. It says slow right here. If it's slow, it's gonna go. Okay. But if it's fast, it's not gonna last. Remember those 2 things? Write those down in your notes. If it's fast, it's not going to last. What do I mean? If this thing all of a sudden explodes up, literally tempts everybody. It's like head fake. It's like playing basketball and you want to get your guy off sides. Okay. You want to juke them. You want to like, boom. You're like doing the head fake. Boom, boom. If it's fast, it's not going to last. Okay. So when we get that blast in a direction, then I get one of these play setups. Then I want to play one of those. If it's slow, I'm not going to hop in front of it. Make sense? It's literally kind of this opposite thing, which is why it's so hard for traders. Because things in life, if it's slow, usually it means, oh, it's not going to keep going. It doesn't have enough speed, doesn't have enough juice, doesn't have enough power. Oh, it's kind of slow. but it is. It's almost like trying to stop the Titanic. You can't stop it because it's just so slowing. If it hits that iceberg, you're toast, right? Joe, you love the auto channel? Excellent. And it color changes. So the channel is green if we're going up, and then if we're going down, it'll change colors to red, kind of giving you that visual signal of like what's our current overall direction. So you can also use that as another filter. The nomads, they were doing some late night streaming, but they were like, dude, the market gets so slow they couldn't handle the nighttime stuff anymore. They're like, dude, we're just gonna get into the day and, you know, make some fast money because the nighttime was just too slow. But at some point, so they had one of their guys, Jesse, he just was obsessed with this channel. He's like, he would just, whatever color the channel was, he's like, yeah, I know, Vinny, I like the green and the green thing, where I talked about this earlier today. We do our 2 combo. If this is green and this is green, that's my 2 filter system. Got my 2 filters. That's all I need. But he would also go, he would add a third, and he'd say, I needed the channel in my direction, and he would only trade when a play landed on one of the channels. Total super filter player, but he also was able to, his claim to fame, he got $125,000 payout from Apex. Extremely picky on his plays, and you know, he crushed it. I think it was like in 3 months. He got a 3-month, well, no, because he had his first sets of payouts, but then when he got his final payout with them, it was over $125,000 with Apex. Great stuff in just a few months doing that 3 filter thing. Pretty cool. So shout outs to Jesse if he's still hanging out there. I know he's doing most morning stuff now. On occasion, he'll send me something and be like, oh yeah, I took one of those overnight Bank of Japan moves that we talk about on Thursdays and Wednesday nights. Any other time of the week, y'all, don't play overnight, in my opinion. You can't play Friday night because it's the weekend. But you're like, oh, you know, I'll stay up late on Monday. Don't stay up late on Mondays, okay? Mondays, nothing's moving. Tuesday, nothing's really moving. But Wednesday and Thursday, you might have some Red Star news for Thursday. Huge, big Red Star news, and things start to move the night before on those. So if you're going to play overnight, choose Wednesday and Thursday. Just my opinion on that. And we have that in our Discord chat. If you type in !sessions, we teach this in video number 3 in the boot camp. But if you are ever forgetting these types of things, just be like, oh, what was that sessions thing Vinny talked about? We've got some commands in our room. Be familiar with this one. So I'm going to go in the main chat here, and I'm going to type !sessions. And you'll get this nice little graphic here to remind you of what we talked about in our training. So this will take a quick screenshot of this because I'm going to move on. But you know, this is Whisker's area right here, that potential reversal 940 to 950. He literally just stalks this thing, smacks it, and goes on about his business. Okay. He's like a 10-minute player. He loves hitting that area. But then the overnight people, !sessions 2. This will give you a nice graphic here. Here's the nighttime. Okay. At night, 6 p.m. starts the Asian session. Now, mind you, these are all in Eastern time. Everything that we do here, don't be like, well, Vinny, you're talking about my time, your time. We standardize here across everything we do. Everything we're going to talk about is in Eastern time. Even though I'm in Texas, okay, and JJ, he's over there in California, we don't have to worry about, hey, well, what time is it? We just go Eastern time, okay? New York time, whatever time it is in New York, that's what time it is in the office, all right? When we sit down, you know, Texas time or California time, it's New York time all the time around here, okay? So if we're talking about times, it's EST. So 6 p.m. EST starts the Asian session. Potential reversal there around midnight. And then here is the new open. This is the crossover of the close and the open of the Asian to European session. High volatility, as we say right there. However, it's still kind of slow on Monday, Tuesday. Can't do it on Friday. So what days do we play? Wednesday and Thursday nights. Okay, if you're going to stay up late, make it a Wednesday or a Thursday. Okay, schedule accordingly, in my opinion. Then you got the 6 a.m. super early birds, or people in London, you know, prime time for those guys. So if you're in the UK, great to have you with us. But we kind of have the sessions laid out there for you, and we talk about it in our training, how we kind of approach different areas there. There's a lot of slow overnight. So if it's slow, it's gonna what? Type it in the chat. What's the word? If it's slow, it's gonna blank. One word. What is it? He used 2 channels. Good point, Brian. Yeah, Jesse would actually use 2. He was so obsessed with the channels, he had 2 time frames, right? He's like, both of these have to be green, right? Remember, he's always say, both of them got to be green. Yeah. He would have his low time frame, and it's gonna go. That's right. Yep. And there's another one. If it's in a grind, do not try to rewind. All right. So if it's grind, don't rewind. Whatever the direction is, don't try to rewind. Okay. Old Blockbuster, be kind, rewind. Not in a grind. Okay.
Fib.NQ on the 2.
Like the 40. Yeah, and on occasion it will. So if you get a perfect play set up there, scalp it, right? Just don't try to be a hero and try to like full reverse type of scenario unless you have something on a high time frame, which speaking of, by the way, what's our time? 3 o'clock, final hour of the day. Look at the 89. This is our big picture. Okay. Now 89, why the 89? We talk about this in our training as well. Everything here is a fib number. All right. Now, why fib numbers? Well, everywhere in nature, you're going to find fib everywhere. The human ear is a cool example. Every kind of shell that you've ever looked at. Flowers, the vortex of your human heart. Everything is Fibonacci numbers. Beautiful faces. They've shown that symmetrical faces have certain fib criteria to them. It's really interesting. So what we have right here on the 89, one of our highest fib area range charts, we have a diamond PRZ. Remember, PRZ stands for potential reversal zone. We have a potential for a large reversal here, but do I just jump in for this? No, because you're talking on an 89, 1 bar of risk is 89 ticks. Do you think I'm interested in having an 89 tick stop loss? No, not going to happen. So I look for the high time frame opportunity with a low time frame risk. You'll hear us say that all the time. High time frame, yes, we have an opportunity potentially for this to turn around. Okay, so we'll watch for it, but now I need the signals underneath to see if I get my Flowmaster event plus a powerful structure like a harmonic. Remember, a harmonic is not just one thing. Harmonics, by the way, literally is like playing a melody of, okay, I've got a 385, I got a 618, and a 786 extension type of scenario. And they happened in sequence. Those sequences are important in the markets because the way that things have to get moving, it's this whole, like, you got to have the gas to be able to go. And to collect gas, that's contract counts. You can't just buy without a sell. You can't sell without a buy. So there's this ebb and flow that they've got to kind of tempt people on both sides in order to make it run, which is why traps are so powerful as well. You want to get people off sides and then use their stops to give them momentum in the opposite direction. And that helps both sides of the players who are in, whether they're on algorithmic or they're institutional. They want to get those orders popping. They need to fill them. They got to get they need that liquid to be able to execute and then lift the position to sell to the next guy. I mean, you're kind of trying to get the other guy tempted to, buy it higher from them while they are exiting their positions. And we talk about that in ACDC. ACDC, you'll hear us talk about that. That is accumulation distribution. Okay, now listen, we have a lot to cover and I could go nerd out all day on you. I just want to give you some things to be ready for tomorrow and today. We are going to talk about full auto, and I am going to keep this under an hour. We're at 38 minutes here. So let me show you 3 strategies that you can come in and rock with us tomorrow, and then we're going into full auto. So we're going to run through these quickly because we go in depth on this in the 8-day boot camp. But if you want to hop in with us tomorrow, I want to make sure you are ready for it. I brought over the wrong chart. All right. Here is our documentation area. I'm going to zoom out here a little bit here. If you're ever looking for a topic up here, just type it in the ask section. I do also want to point out one last thing we have a custom GPT. AlgoBox GPT. You need to put this in your bookmarks. So I'm going to put a link to this in our chat here so that you can bookmark this page to get to AlgoBox GPT. Okay. So I'm going to zoom out here, up here in the little hamburger thing. If you're zoomed in, the little hamburger, click on resources, and right here, AlgoBox GPT. Yes, that's right. A GPT programmed on all the stuff from AlgoBox. I don't know of anybody else who has that. Maybe there's some other groups out there that have it. Not that I'm aware of, but here you go. Ask AlgoBox GPT right here. Okay. So now I've got the pro version, but it doesn't matter. You don't need the pro version to do any of that stuff, but you got some examples here. How do I combine MACV with the Enigma? Plays for higher. Yeah, I like that one. Click it. Can you talk me through a full trade sequence using the, let's see what this one says. Using the power dot plus PRZ combo. Let's see what Algobox GPT wants to come up with there. Cool. Give me all that. But now let's say that I'm like, okay, I like all this detail, but hey, do you have a video on it? Let's ask GPT. You can say, hey, can you find a video for me? Now, hopefully you already know you can have GPT do that. Or if you're in our documentation section, get to whatever thing you want to look at. So that one was talking about the PRZ. So PRZ with the cross example, let's pop to it. And remember, our documentation is laid out like this. We've got the, hi buddy.
And now install a mod on Mikey's computer.
You want to install a mod that's like on Mikey's computer? Okay.
Doesn't come to it.
Yeah, you want to wave to everybody or say hello?
No.
All right. Ask Mikey and I'm sure he can help you out. Okay. And I'll be off our stream here in a little bit. All right, thanks for saying hello. Can you close the door? Okay, see you in a little bit. So first we'll give you a visual. Picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, right there, do you understand what that play is right there? Pretty easy. I think if you've never even seen Algobox before, and you know that red means down, green means up, I think you can understand there's a red box right here. I'm probably wanting to hit the sell button, right? The one that matches the color. The sell market button is red. I got a red box with a cross in it. Seems like a, you know, crosshair from a video game. I wonder if I should press the sell button. I tried to make it as idiot proof as I possibly could. Picture's worth 1,000 words. So we put the picture there first. We show you both directions. I show you one long, show you what one short looks like. And then we scroll to the bottom if you want a video. Simple. Now we also have two forms of the video. We have a short one. This one is always, I try to keep it under a minute max you're ever going to see on this video. It's going to be one of those quick reminder videos. This is going to be a 1 to 2 minute video. Super fast. Okay. The next one is going to be more in depth. This one can be anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes long. Okay. Then if you want super full deep dive, this one doesn't have one. Sorry. There is one of me doing a whole lot of this, like me repeating myself nonstop, you know, Vinny's explanations of the stuff. These are going to be custom curated to look really cool. Let's do the super fast one here to give you an example on what this looks like. I'm going to go full 4K here. And let's watch this one together. Should be a few seconds.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so here is like a quick version of how we do the PRZ cross.
When a harmonic PRZ, bullish or bearish, forms, wait for a Flowmaster cross to appear. That's the PRZ cross setup. For example, a bearish PRZ cross, trade in the same direction as the harmonic pattern. For a bullish PRZ cross, trade in the direction of the harmonic pattern. Price should move up. Place stops behind the Flowmaster cross. For targets, use small or big target ATM strategies. Combine the harmonic PRZ with Flowmaster Alpha Omega Cross for a power PRZ cross setup for maximum potential. And that's it for the PRZ cross. See you in the next one.
There you go. So you'll have the quick version, and then you got the longer version. So there's your PRZ cross entry. You guys can check that one with us tomorrow morning. Remember, I'm going to have a 2-filter system. Everybody should know the 2-filter. If I've got buy on the left and I've got a green arrow on the right, we went over this earlier today in the live stream, so I'm assuming you've already seen that. If not, go understand the arrow plus that one. That's our 2-filter. Then I'm going to hit the button. Now, if you're Jesse, you want to wait for one more thing. Maybe you also want the channel to be green. Oftentimes they're already correlated. Honestly, I feel like it's like just like another thing. I don't need to. Sometimes Don James, you know, infamously caught on to when I used to say that, listen, confluence has a cost. Okay. Waiting for too much confluence will cost you money, right? Like you'll miss out on ticks because it's like, well, I'm gonna wait for the other thing. Now the other thing's like, it took 20 more ticks for it to go. And now you just cost yourself 20 ticks. So, you know, I don't know. I take your pick on that. It really depends on the size of your account and what you can handle for drawdown or the rules on your trader funding program, because they also have additional rules. Okay. So PRZ cross entry, you guys can roll with that one with us tomorrow. in the direction of the 2 filters. Remember, everything that I'm about to tell you, still you need the 2 filters, then take the play. Okay, that's a PRZ cross entry. Take the PRZ cross color with a cross, hit the button. Got it? Let me give you another one. Let's scroll down here. Remember, these are laid out with fundamentals first, all the fundamental stuff that we cover in the first couple days. Then we get into the strategies. Okay, let's come in here to a double dot. I had one of these trades. In fact, we just saw a double dot here a minute ago where I hit that other trade on Sim there with you guys on the live, but I also had one in the live stream there today. It was a great one. I think it was a double dot short earlier today. Looked like this one right here. We had some additional confluence that came in right there, but you can see what this is. This is a multi-fib plus an Elliott wave number 1 with a fib dot. Then another one shows up. Boom, boom, boom. 2? Are you joking me? Now you know algorithmic activity is coming into this area. That's oftentimes how they move. And I want to take a play against it just in general, just a pure double dot. Easy one because the stops literally go right there. You're entering in right there. Tiny, tiny little stop, big targets, depending on the bar count that you're on. Remember, I'm usually running on 4s on NQ right now. So on the bar 4s, I'm looking for a 20 tick target for T1 and a 40 tick target for T2. As you go down, so if I'm all the way down on the 1s, the lowest, smallest, especially if you're playing overnight, like we mentioned earlier, if somebody is going to be an Asia session player, then all the way down on the 1s, then I literally only want like a 10 tick. I'm cutting that down real small. Maybe on the 1s, it might even be like an 8 tick, 5 or 8 ticks and a 10 tick on the 1s, all the way down there for T1. T2 is going to be around 15 to 20 tops. That makes sense. So the higher up you go, the bigger the targets, the bigger the risk. The risk and reward go together, right? Okay, so double dot. I don't have a fancy one on that one yet. We do have our, let's do Enigma plus audio box, because this will give us 2 things to show you on the audio box. In order to turn audio box on, this will be out of the box by default. It's going to be on your Mac V chart, and you can turn that on by clicking that button right there. If it's gray, it means it's off. If it's green, it's on. Now, sometimes you're like, I don't hear anything. Is it working? Click the test audio button. Okay, hit the test audio button, and that will make sure it's working, especially if it's overnight and the market's so slow, you might not hear anything because audio box is there telling you when the big guys are stepping into the tape. Okay. So Enigma plus audio box is simply, I get an Enigma play and I hear the sound of the tape. I want these 2. It's a 2 combo system there. RTOFA that we talked about earlier is going to be audio cue on this one, plus the Enigma. Now the Enigma also, man, the Enigma has a lot of things in it. Okay. It's already some RTOFA, but it's also more things. It's also structural. It's also pivot points. It's also nerd. All this juice that goes into this thing, which is why you'll notice when you add the Enigma on, it takes a minute to load on your chart. We're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, multiple data feeds, all that fun gets fed into that little dot right there. Okay. Now, basically, I want both of these green. I want to hear buyers on the tape and I want to hear a green. I'm entering in on the position. Pretty straightforward on that one. You can look for that one tomorrow morning along with us as well. And let's see with that one. Oh, I thought this is one I have. Now this is also a short one. Well, which one? You guys get a bonus then tonight. I'm going to find one that has a juicier one. Here we go. This is going to be an example of one of our super cool, in my opinion, videos. Now, it's probably because I'm a nerd, but, you know, live with it. Let's let it teach you the moonshot instead of me. Let's go.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Want to catch powerful market moves? Let's take a look at the Enigma Moonshot Confluence strategy from Algo.
Touch NQ on
the Enigma Moonshot combines 2 key Algo box tools, the Flowmaster Cross and the Flowmaster Enigma. The Flowmaster Enigma uses proprietary real-time order flow analysis to highlight significant market dynamics. The Flowmaster Cross, including bubbles and alpha omega crosses, tracks real-time order flow shifts, suggesting potential momentum changes. To enhance the setup's potential, ensure a Flowmaster Enigma and a Flowmaster event appear within 10 to 15 algo bars of each other, and note that if both signals align in the same direction, this suggests a strong directional bias. Here's a moonshot setup in action. A Flowmaster Enigma appears on AlgoBox charts, signaling strong order flow activity. Within a few algo bars, a Flowmaster Alpha Omega emerges, reinforcing the potential for a move and its directional bias. Traders might consider aligning with the signal's direction for a possible entry, ideally near the Enigma's appearance. For targets, the Enigma target line, ET, is plotted automatically and may offer a visual guide for potential target zones. For risk management is key. A stop might be placed behind the Enigma in practice. If price breaks it, the setup may invalidate. Practice the Enigma moonshot in NinjaTrader's market replay to build confidence and familiarity with this concept. Download your 2-week free trial and join our 8-session bootcamp to take advantage of the full AlgoBox package. Subscribe now and join our live streams for more trading insights. See you in the next video.
So you guys should be able to trade that one with me tomorrow as well, because that is just a very simple play setup. I think I took 2 or 3 of these today during the live stream. That's what it's going to look like for the power cross, and you can also have one with a standard cross. Either way, you've got an R2FA event on top of the fact that you've got this amazing confluence landing right there on an Enigma. Now, some people actually clear their charts. You might have seen, like on my charts, I've got kind of everything on it. But if you're like, we have some purists that are like, dude, I only trade the Enigma and the Flowmaster crosses. So their charts look very empty, in my opinion. But hey, I get it. There is something about a clean chart. So I can't fault you on going and creating your own workspace where it's literally like, you know what, all I want is just give me the Enigmas and the crosses, Vinny. I'm just going to take these plays. I'm going to, you can follow along with Joseph James, head into his room there where he's setting you up with good trap setups. He's got the layup, and then he's like, you know what? All I want is this confirmation. I want a confirmation of, did I have a Flowmaster event? Because while I may be entering in over here, I'm like, okay, well, I'm having to sweat this out. Sweat. It's been an hour, Vinny. I'm sweating. I don't know if I should take, I don't know. I'm sweating. Or you could just take this one. No sweat, no smoke. Right, wait for the confirmation. So that might be something, or put it on full auto. Now, full auto, it's literally one button right here. So in this case, it's a super moon right there. Boom, super moon on. What does that do? Full auto, both directions, and Enigma. Boom, done. Now it'll take it for you. Up to you. If you want to put the ATMs on, you can do that too. We talk about this in video number 6. Let's get into full auto. I told you we were going to cover it. Give me how much time I got. Oh, I got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Let's talk about full auto, because that's fun. Why not? Had somebody earlier today open up a ticket asking about this, so it kind of brought it back to how would I go about finding the most information around full auto. Anytime you have any questions around stuff, Control K is a handy tip for Discord. Okay, this is a Discord tip of the day. Oops, I like to write in all caps, so it's just me. Discord tip of the day. Control K. Control K. Find a room. Get a room. Find a room. All right. Find a room. Control K. If you hit Control K, it's going to pop up a nice little window there for you to find whatever you're looking for. It's like, oh, what's that room? It's like something auto. Looking for full auto. Hit Control K. Type auto, and all of the rooms that have auto listed will be there for you, because we do have a lot of things there. I know it takes a little bit of time to get used to what our stuff is, but it's actually not that hard. If you just put your finger on the left, it's just like rolling down an index and find everything you need. But if you want to just go straight search, Control K, tip of the day, there you go. Another one is hashtag. If you type hashtag here, all of the different types of rooms will show up right there. And if you're like, oh, I know it starts with something full auto. There it is. I got 2 full auto rooms. I got premium members only, and I got the public. So here's the public chat. We're just going to go straight to the public area here. Now I can click on it, and it will take you straight to that room that's over there on the left. Okay. Now, the video that we were talking about earlier today, this one is the Enigma made. How much? Now, we go way deeper than just this video. There's a whole section, whole full auto area in the premium members only area. Now, premium members only, if you haven't bought with us, you're not going to have access to it. If you have bought, so this is one of our questions from one of our members the other day. He did purchase, but he didn't know where they were. But this also tells me, hey, you got to pay attention to the videos. Don't go through the boot camp, because the boot camp will also tell you exactly what I'm telling you right now, is to go into configurations for all of the full auto settings and things like that are about in the midway point. It's like video number 45 or so, because again, I really want you to learn the system before you start pressing full auto so that you know what you're doing. As a developer, I have learned, even through dealing with a lot of project managers and people and even other developers, senior levels, architects, etc., that as we are working through things, I want to know how to do it manually first. Somebody comes and says, oh, just automate it. We're just going to automate the process. Okay, thank you, project manager. And don't even get me started on my PTSD on project managers coming in telling you doing things they don't know what they're talking about. But if you have a good project manager, I mean, they are diamonds in the dust there, because there's not very many of them. But let's say that you get a good one, and they actually can tell you what you are looking to do. Just tell me exactly what you want to do manually first. I need to know all the steps, how to do it manually. Then I'm happy to automate it for you, right? So you want to know how that cookie is made before you start making the cookie. Make sense? So go through the training, then get to full auto. It will make a lot more sense, and you'll ask us a lot less questions around it. Help yourself, help us out as well. Now, I'm happy to answer your questions, but we get a lot of repeats of going, okay, same thing, go to the full auto video, watch how to optimize. You can optimize it on your own. However, his question today was, how do I optimize on Enigma? Well, that tells me you didn't watch a video, because there is no optimization for Enigma. Enigma does its own internal optimization. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty awesome. Now, if you are a platinum member, actual platinum member, which there's not a lot, like people who are in platinum, these big money players, big whales, literally paying for the monstrosity. You want to be able to run multiple bots at the same time, having dual robot systems where one robot communicates with the other robot to handle cadence for you, that you will learn in like video 3, I think, in our section for cadence. But that cadence is automatically done for you on a dual robot system, where one robot is literally the cadence counter running out there, getting all the details, hitting in a sim account, continuously figuring out what's going on, and then sending signal back to the live account to go, okay, take the next set of trades. That happens inside of Platinum. Platinum members can run their own optimizations on Enigma, so don't get those two confused. But if you are in any other pack with us, there isn't any optimization. You simply select L1 through L4 on your own. You're going to have to test it on your own, figure out your back test. But if you're looking to me, I say the defaults are pretty good, in my opinion. If you're adjusting from them, you want to take more risk, go down. You want to take less risk, go up. What do I mean?
Big deal.
Is Trump talking right now? Hold on.
Is taking historic action to lower costs for American consumers, protect
Trump,
American auto jobs.
Stop interrupting me. It's weird telling the president to shut up, you know what I mean? All right, shut up. We did it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, full auto. So on the full auto settings, Enigma, let's just show you what we would do here. I'm going to zoom in right here, L1 through L4. These are all your settings that you need to do. Okay. You also need to choose, though, your targeting. Now, on again, the way that I run it side to side. Side to side, add to position. You don't have to do that. And we'll talk a lot. I can't go through all the details on that here tonight, but I am going to do a walk forward test tonight. I'll let it run for hours at a time. It's going to run through an entire week of data. I'm going to have, so y'all know that I'm not selecting my own data. I would like you guys to put, how are we going to do this? You guys need to choose a week within the last, I don't know, 2 months. Within the last 2 months, you guys give me a week that you want to see me run the forward test on. Again, it's going to take around 2 hours for an entire week, but we will run that tonight. But just so y'all know, I'm not hand picking or cherry picking. I will have one of you guys select it for us. That sound fair? Okay. So L1 through L4, the default is most of the time best what I call 2-2. here is what you need to know. And this is just from the way that I designed the system. Just know it's 2-2 on the Enigma. So what does that mean? That means AB, algo bar size,
NQ on the 2.
AB2, L2. This is the default. Run the default. When in doubt, run the default. If you want to adjust from that, do it, like run your back test. Okay, you need, if you're doing that though, you need to think about how it's got to be XP. What's your XP? Your experience points. All right, how long have you been trading the markets for? If you're like, hey, we're in this really different, slow, grindy market, I want to try a 2-1. If you're like, I want to add a little more risk because it's slow and grindy, and we're in this environment where I think things are popping back and forth. I feel like I'm missing out on some plays. Maybe I want to adjust and I want to do an L1. Okay. Now, again, I'll show you how to do that here tonight. I'm going to set that up in its own workspace and just let it run, and then you acquire your information from it. Let me show you how we do that with a video. At the very end, I'm going to look at the stats, because at the end of the day, like, you really just want to stare at it. That's not the point. It's fun, in my opinion, to stare at it, but we don't really want to just stare at it. Let's go this one. So at the end, when the run is done, this is about a quarter of the way through. It's always fun watching the graph grow, but if you don't want to watch the graphs grow, at the very end, we want to start digging into the stats. So on this video, I came on the audio and I started digging into the stats. Okay. Risk adjusted returns, careful of news event, right? We talk about be careful around the news, especially for full auto, consistent drawdowns. So talked about this, like, look at your system, look at the consistent drawdown. How much drawdown is that right there? You need to watch how many times did it do? Right there, same size, there, right there, same size, there, right there, same size. You need to ask yourself, can I handle this kind of drawdown? So look over to the left, look what that drawdown is on each one, and then adjust your size accordingly, or do micros, or don't do as many instruments. There are several ways to do that. Maybe if you think NQ is too risky, while it's a higher reward, I believe in bigger moves. If you don't like that, maybe take NASDAQ out of the equation. This is where things get really crazy. If you're a stats guy, you're nerding out, full auto is probably for you. If you're not, listen, I would just be like kind of what I do in the morning, play the video game, right? Come in, don't have to worry about all this stress and thinking about the numbers and the analysis. But if you're an analysis person, you want to get in here and go, okay, what are my consistent drawdowns? Can my account handle that? Can I manage that? That's the way that you want to start to think of things. Think of risk first, then reward, in my opinion. That's just how I do it. Remember, everything I'm telling you here, I'm never giving anybody financial advice. I'm never giving personal specific advice. If I'm ever talking to someone about something, it is me talking to a younger version of me going, hey, Vinny, this is what you might want to do. From my experience, this is what I would do. I'm never telling you what to do. I'm always saying, here's what I do. You do what you want to do. Make sense? All right. Let's look at some more of those stats. So it's important to look at risk. Let's go through time of day. You also want to know what time of day is best. I think that's important. So part of that is to analyze the time of day, which I do right here in this video, where I'm like, okay, so what times of day were these hitting the best? This is the hour of the day. Oh, it's off the screen. I think I bring it up here. Let's press play there. Oh, it was off the screen. Oh, bummer. Time of day. Yeah, talked about that. Again, I'm keeping it off right now because it's got Michael Jackson music going on in the background, and last thing I want is for YouTube to take my video down. Okay, so this was taking it off of trades, and this was day over day. Again, looks like the graph smooths out when you do it day over day, right? Like all that choppiness and back and forth, day over day. We talked about that. We're talking about the variability of starting out 14K, 12K, 14K, 50K point in the middle, and then dividing it up by parts. So yeah, going into the stats nerds and all that, we'll go through a whole example of that here tonight, again, on the new stuff. But if you want to watch this video, you'll kind of understand that. One of the things, if I want to look at, even though it's off the chart here, I kind of know that the best play setups are going to be here. Like, look, you basically look at this graph and imagine that you could see this, and I wasn't a Muppet and didn't cut off the bottom down there where you can see the time of day. The time of day is down there at the bottom. It's pretty clear that this is probably the time of day that you want to run the system, right? So now I can look down here and go, okay, well, what time of day was that? And if I look at the chart down there, it's probably like 8 or 9, and that's probably like 10 o'clock, right? 10 or 11. I think it's probably 11, 11:30. It's been a while since I looked at it. But which, don't I tell y'all that already? Like, right, 9 to 11, best opportunities, just in general, lots of opportunity there. More volatility, more VIX, more ticks, all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, Mo got it, 9 to 11, right? And so you can look at it on the chart. Now, mind you, yes, this ran the entire day, right? This ran all day. It just ran full, no filters whatsoever. Let me talk about the filters, though. You can actually add the filter. I'm going to go in here and go to indicators. You can actually do a time of day filter. So if you're like, okay, how about I just turn it on so it runs between 9 and 11? Can I do that? Yes, you can. If you have the Dream Pack. So this is where, if you're going to get the Black Friday offer there, still have 8 hours to get that before midnight here tonight. So go check that out. This is the Enigma Platinum Edition. Now remember, not to be confused with, oh, do I get Platinum if I have Dream? No, the Dream is I've added a big component, one large component from Platinum that everybody's like, dude, that looks so cool. Is there any way that, like, maybe the other stuff is too much for me? The dual robots, I don't have the account size for that, but what about the Enigma Platinum panel? Can I have that? We've put that into the Dream Pack. So if you're getting the Dream Pack, you're getting a Dream, in my opinion. The time of day filter is right here. Time filtering. So this is currently going to run from midnight to midnight, right? That's basically all day. But you can change this to 9 a.m. to 11 right there. Okay. Threshold. The Super AO thresholds, these aren't super important on this, but the Super AO, this tells you how many bars in between the original event and the second event occurs. What do I mean? Remember that on a Super AO, it's two things, right? I need the AO and I need the Ready DD. Okay, so how far apart are they? Within 15 bars. If you want to change that, you can change that right there. Same thing with the Enigma. You can also change the threshold between the Enigma if you're going to do a moonshot. So if you want a moonshot, remember that requires an Enigma plus a cross. Well, the threshold, if you're asking what's that threshold mean, the threshold will be the distance of bar counts. How many bars in between each one to fire off the trigger. Okay. Told you I was going to cover a lot here in this one. The market's got 30 minutes left. I'm going to take a break though. I'm going to turn this on tonight on Full Auto. We'll do a full thing. It'll be running. I don't know. I'll pick some music. It'll be fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Don't forget to do a little study there tonight. Hit that 8-day boot camp. You got 8 hours left on the Black Friday offer, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in the live stream. Again, it's free on YouTube. Click the link down below to join the Discord. All the stuff there on our website. Get the 8-day boot camp. I don't know. Maybe you can watch them overnight. Maybe you stay up all night. They're only about an hour to an hour and a half each. So binge watch it. Put it at 2x speed. And come with me and take those 3 strategies with me tomorrow morning, or don't, but please do it in sim. All right, let's go. I'll see you in the morning. Our team, show these fine folks how it's done.
Our daily live streams start with Mentorship Mondays, where we bring you algorithmic trading, interactive mentoring, and your questions are answered live. Get hands-on learning with these quant trading tools engineered to give you an unfair edge over other traders who don't have Algo box on their trade stations. Discover the power of predictive auto harmonics. Utilize trading robots to quantify and react even in fast market conditions. Learn all our quant trading strategies such as the DCDM, HMD, and the dynamic game-changing order flow system, the Alpha Omega. Empower your trading with Flowmaster's advanced real-time audio and visual order flow analysis features. Detect the market mover's trading activity and take action with cutting-edge tools like AudioBox for live digital pit noise that audibly reveals the size and speed of the big players on the tape in real time. Use the Delta Flagging Pro to ready up your next precision entry and the Supreme Flowmaster Enigma for unrivaled, actionable trade opportunities. Got questions? Get them answered live. Whether you're new to AlgoBox or an advanced trader, you'll gain valuable, unique takeaways in every live trading stream session. Dive into structured quant training. Access our free trade room and free community tools. Test your knowledge in the AlgoBox Academy with tests and quizzes. Add the AlgoBox Edge to your trading arsenal and harness the power of our algorithmic strategies. Your success is our mission. Subscribe now and make every Monday a game changer with Mentorship Monday. See you on the stream. Download your 2-week free trial and use our community tools at algoboxpro.com.
The old adage where, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, more money and better opportunity, I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use they have better front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.